And after 5 days Ananias the high priest descended with the elders, and with him a certain orator named Tertullus, who informed the governor against Paul. And when Paul was called forth, Tertullus began to accuse him, saying, Seeing that by thee we enjoy much quietness, most noble Felix, and that very worthy deeds are done unto this nation by thy providence, we accept it always and in all places with all thankfulness. Notwithstanding, that I be not further tedious unto thee, I pray thee that thou wouldest hear from us in thy clemency a few words. For we have found this man a pestilent fellow, and a mover of sedition among all the Jews throughout the world, and a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes, who also hath gone about profaning the temple. Him we took and would have judged according to our law. But the chief captain Lysias came upon us, and with great violence took him away out of our hands, commanding his accusers to come unto thee, so that by examining him thyself, thou mayest have knowledge of all of these things whereof we accuse him. And the Jews also assented, saying that these things were so. Then Paul, after the governor had beckoned unto him to speak, answered, Inasmuch as I know that thou hast been for many years a judge unto this nation, I do the more cheerfully answer for myself. For thou mayest understand that there have been yet but 12 days since I went up to Jerusalem to worship. And they neither found me in the temple disputing with any man, neither stirring up the people, neither in the synagogues nor in the city. Neither can they prove the things whereof they now accuse me. But this I confess unto thee, that according to the way, which they call heresy, so I worship the God of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets. And I have hope in God, which they themselves also hold, that there shall be a resurrection of the dead, both of the just and unjust. And herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense toward God and toward men. Now after many years I came to bring alms to my nation, and offerings. Whereupon certain Jews from Asia found me purified in the temple, with neither crowd nor tumult. These ought to have been here before thee to object if they had aught against me. Or else let these same say here if they have found any evil doing in me when I stood before the council. Unless it be for this one utterance that I cried out standing among them, concerning the resurrection of the dead I am called into question by you this day. And when Felix heard these things, having a more complete knowledge of that way, he deferred the hearing and said, When Lysias the chief captain shall come down, I will know the uttermost of your matter. And he commanded a centurion to keep Paul, but to let him have some liberties, and that he should forbid none of his acquaintances to minister or come unto him. And after some days, when Felix came with his wife Drusilla, who was a Jew, he sent for Paul and heard him concerning the faith in Christ. And as Paul reasoned about righteousness, temperance, and the judgment to come, Felix trembled and answered, Go thy way for this time. When I have a convenient occasion I will call for thee. He hoped also that money would be given him by Paul, that he might release him. Therefore he sent for him the oftener and communed with him. But after 2 years Porcius Festus came into Felix's position, and Felix, wanting to show the Jews a favor, left Paul bound.